Okay, that should be fine, I guess. I don't really like that though. Yeah, I should put it like here. Yeah, that's better. Alright, cool. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are live in today's video. We're going to see if we can make, well, Solar Eclipse meta. It's going to be tough. And yeah, just put it in the live chat if you want to see the Infinity Stadium or just the regular Beyblade X Stadium. Just let me know in the comments and we'll be sure to pick whoever chooses first, really and truthfully. So yeah. But to be honest, I feel like it's only right we do this stadium just because we just got it. So I think it's pretty cool if we go ahead and, you know, do a little review on it, you know? Do a little live stream with it. With Solar Eclipse, shall we? Alright, chat, so just give me one moment. And yeah, we've got 5 Beyblade X combos we're going to put it up against. So yeah, that should be good as well. Alright, there's our 5 combos right here. So we've of course got Wizard, Rod, 160 Hexa. We have got Phoenix Wing, 370 Low Rush. We have got Pegasus Blast / 960 Free Ball. Next payload we have got Golem Rock 570 Ball. And then of course Cobalt Dragoon 660 and Elevate. What's up, Austin? Hopefully having a great week, man. So we're just going to start with the regular Solar Eclipse, the red one. We can flip it, but the rules are simple. We have to keep the lock chip and the main blade with this bay. So we can change the assist blade, the ratchet, and the bit, but it's Solar Eclipse, so we've got to keep the Solar Eclipse aspect of the bay. Obviously, that makes sense, surely. So yeah, let's get straight into it. Alright, let's start with our Golem Rock. Right there, 570 ball. Let's go. Alright. Oh, Golem Rock with a burst finish, man. Nice. Alright, that's 2 points for Golem Rock. Every match is first to 4 points. Alright, let's try it again. 3, 2, 1, rip. Come on, Eclipse. Split finish. Golem Rock. 2 wins in a row for Golem Rock. It is now 3-0. Let it rip. Oh, extreme finish. Golem Rock destroyed us right there. That is not good for Golem Rock. I mean for Solar Eclipse. Alright, next Beyblade. Let's go with Pegasus Blast. / 960 free ball. 3, 2, 1, rip. Oh, nice hit. The battle of the CXs. Let's go, man. To finish for Pegasus Blast. Pegasus is stuck. I've noticed that with this stadium, those gaps in the rails actually are pretty prone to getting certain bits stuck into the inner bit of the rail. Alright, 1-1. We're tied up. Third round, 3, 2, 1, let's go. That's a snipe. Let's try again. Alright, let's try again. If the score is 1-1, it is now the fourth round. 3, 2, 1, oh, Pegasus Blast. Taking out Solar Eclipse with a burst. 3-1. The rip. To win now, Pegasus Blast taking out our Solar Eclipse. That is 2 bays taking out Solar Eclipse. Okay, next Beyblade. Let's go. Good old Phoenix Wing 370 low rush. Alright, 2-0. Solar Eclipse. I mean for Phoenix. Alright, second round. Alright, 2-2. They're tied up. Nice, man. Phoenix Wing. Getting a nice knockout. Third round. Oh, extreme dash, baby. Let's go. Alright, next Beyblade. Wizard Rod. 160 on Hexa. Let it rip. Nice knockout. 2 points for Wizard Rod. 2-0. Second round. Let it rip. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. With the run, split finish, 3-0. Next round, 3, 2, 1, let it rip. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Solar Eclipse trying to get something going here. It's going to be tough though. The Queen of Stamina is no joke. Split finish, and of course, man, Wizard Rod with the win. Alright, next Beyblade, Cobalt Dragoon, 660 on Elevate. Alright, nice. Knockout for Cobalt Dragoon. Alright, second round. No, I do not have service flame at the moment. I'll either get it from Hasbro or if I find a deal, I'll probably grab it. But no, I do not have service flame at the moment. 2-2, we're tied up. See, ladies and gentlemen, we need some help right here for Solar Eclipse. As you saw, we lost all 5 matches, and it was not even close. So we have to figure out what we can do to make Solar Eclipse better relevant and take down those 5 bays. Let's see what we can come up with. Alright, let's try this combo. Solid Eclipse on Jewel, 560 and Glide. Let's do it. We'll start off with Golem Rock once again, obviously on 570 ball. Oh, and a knockout. 2 points for Golem Rock. Alright, second round. Okay, 2-2. What is up, Supersonic? What is up, man? Hope you're having a great weekend and a great day. I'll say that Solid Eclipse, ladies and gentlemen. Solid Eclipse did indeed go in the pocket last, so Solid Eclipse taking down Golem Rock. Nice. Okay, next Beyblade, let's go. Pegasus Blast / 960 free ball. Yeah, UX Dragoon is going to be insane. Definitely got mine on pre-order already. I just had to grab it. But yeah, that's definitely going to be a hype bay for sure. Pegasus Blast with a knockout. Okay, nice. Crash recoil there. Solid Eclipse. 2-2. We're tied up. Just doing a little rip. Oh, nice hit, and Pegasus Blast getting the better of that and taking out Solid Eclipse. So we've got 1 win and 1 loss with this Solid Eclipse combo so far. Already better than our stock combo. Next Beyblade, let's go with Phoenix Wing, 370 on Low Rush. Yeah, December releases are definitely great, man. Like, even Mommy Curse is quite an interesting bay. Even though we all know that Meteor Dragoon is like the, you know, the for that month. And also, I think Dragoon is coming out, right? Dragoon S. We can now get him outside of the, you know, the 25th anniversary set, so that's cool. Yeah, Solid Eclipse just could not stand up to Phoenix Wing. Okay, next match. Wizard Rod, 160 Hexa. Alright, Wizard Rod. This is going to be tough, man. Wizard Rod, Queen of Stamina, taking the first point. That's great, man. Is that the first or the second game? Let me know. The first game? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Are you getting it digitally or are you getting it like Knife Shinobi as well? Because I heard that game's pretty good. Especially for a Beyblade game. You know, some of the previous Beyblade games haven't been the best. I've heard that one's pretty decent, to say the least. 2-0. Wizard Rod. Easy win, man. Wizard Rod. Okay, final Beyblade, of course, it is Cobalt Dragoon on 660 Elevate. zero, Cobalt Dragoon. Zero. Yes, I do indeed have Fox Brush. Yeah, Dragoon, the Meteor Dragoon is going to be peak, man, for sure. That's definitely a good bait. And even Cobalt Dragoon is still an awesome bait. I like any Luster bait, to be honest. Besides certain Hasbro exclusives, Viper Hydrax, but yeah. Spit finish, 3-0. I do not have Wolf Hunt at the moment. Cobalt Dragoon with the win there. I'll talk about that real quick. So Emperor Might, Emperor Might, Wolf Hunt, and Clock Mirage. I should be getting around the same time, or Clock Mirage a little bit earlier. Clock Mirage got delayed, and then Wolf Hunt and Emperor Might I've got on pre-order. But yeah, I'm fine with getting them a little bit later, occasionally, ladies and gentlemen. Shipping and all this other stuff is a real pain sometimes. But at least I've got guarantees where I don't take risk on any scams or anything like that. So that's a big plus. So we defeated Golem Rock with this combo, but that's not good enough. We need to defeat 3 or more with one combo. So we need to be able to make a better combo than this. So we'll figure it out. But yeah, not a bad combo. And if you've got a combo, put it down in the live chat, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, we might be able to do it. But Golem Rock was the only bait we could defeat. We need to defeat 3 or more. So that will not do it. Yeah, exactly. I'd prefer to be a little bit late with the release date and have a 100% reliable seller than, what's the name? Than taking a risk, you know? It's a lot safer for me to do that, to be fair. So I appreciate you, K-Bizzle, for understanding where I'm coming from. Use Drans Brave and use the Turbo. Well, that's not what we're doing right now. We're trying to make Solar Eclipse somewhat relevant in the meta. We're going to try 770 on Rush, shall we? From the Infinite Stadium, obviously. Let's start off with one Wizard. Let her rip. Let her rip. Alright, 2-point knockout for Wizard Ride. Yeah, Trash Kick's decent. Alright, 1 to 2. To finish. Ooh, Solar Eclipse stood up and then goes down. Yeah, we'll probably use Trans Kick. What other ratchet do you want to see? K-Bizzle. Also, we can flip Solar Eclipse as well if you want that. 2 to 2 at the moment. We are tied up against one Wizard. And yeah, we hunted there. That is not great. Wizard Road with the win, taking out Solar Eclipse. I just like the red mode better. I feel like this is more competitively viable than the blue mode. But yeah, if you want to use the blue mode, ladies and gentlemen, with your combo, just let me know, for sure. Okay, next Beyblade, Golem Rock. Alright, 2-0 with the knockout. 660 trans kick. For sure, man, we could definitely do that. 660. Yeah, we can do that. Two to two. We're tied up. Nice. The rip. Also, from videos, which stadium do you like more? Do you like the original stadium or do you like this stadium right here? In terms of like battles, let me know. Alright, 2 to 3. Golem Rock in the lead. Easy to win, man. So we could definitely take down Golem Rock with our Solar Eclipse. But yeah, we got to get the job done with the other bays though. Alright, next bay, Pegasus Boss / free ball. Let it rip. Let it rip. Oh, nice knockout. Second round. 2 to 2. We're tied up, man. That's a win. Solar Eclipse for the second win. We just need one more win to have this combo viable. But can we do it? That is the question. Yeah, I like this stadium a lot better for certain things. Like, in terms of exhilarating matches, this is better. But in terms of like show accuracy and tournament accuracy, the original stadium's a bit better. Alright, next Beyblade, Cobalt Dragoon. We're going to have to give the 660 to Solar Eclipse in the next matchup with Trans Kick, but for now, Cobalt Dragoon can still have it. Yeah, as soon as I was saying, we're doing Solar Eclipse at the moment, man, just to let you know. We're not doing any other things at the moment. We're just trying to make Solar Eclipse competitive. Alright, 1 to 0. Double Dragoon. 3 to 0. Double Dragoon. Solar Eclipse goes out, and that's a win for Cobalt Dragoon. Okay, it comes down to this matchup with Phoenix Wing 370 on Low Rush. Let's do it. Man, that's a big mistake for Solar Eclipse. That's a win. Phoenix Wing, we nearly had it though with Solar Eclipse, but not quite good enough with Solar Eclipse. We need a different combo. So let's do it, man. Well, that's just what we're at the moment. I'm sure the X base will get bigger, but right now this is the size for them. So we're going to try this now. Solar Eclipse, dual 660 on Trans Kick. Let's do it, man. Alright, Cobalt Dragoon first. Oh yeah, also since I only have 1660, we have 960 on Cobalt Dragoon now, okay? That's nice, man. Impact Drake's really good. Did you get the TT one or the Hasbro one? Because if you got the Hasbro one, you get also another great bay with Hover Wyvern. And if you have got the TT one, then you've got a really good string launcher that comes with it. So either Impact Drake you get is a big win. That's nice right there. That's 3-1. To Karatomi, yeah, you get a decent string launcher for that. That's a pretty solid release. If you want to know which bays to get, because you did ask that, just let me know, like, what are you looking for? Are you looking for competitive bays? Are you looking for more of a just, oh, I want to get something that's good in the, that's prominent in the show? Like, let me know. Or you just want a bay to have fun with? So, yeah, let me know which audience you want. That's the missed one. So just let me know if you want something competitive, something fun, or something that's relevant in the show. And then I'll give you an answer. Oh, Extreme Dash, Cobalt with the win. Okay, next Beyblade, Wizard Rod, 160 Hexa. With 2 points. So I can give you 3 recommendations. Fun and aggressive. Okay. Fun and aggressive. Alright. Alright, that's a win for Wizard Rod. Alright. Let's get those then. Alright, so fun and aggressive. You can obviously go, we're talking off stock combo bays. There's some decent fun and aggressive bays for sure. You could go with, let's see here. I'll give you a couple of recommendations. So fun and aggressive. Alright, these are the 5 bays I would recommend for fun and aggressive right here. So I would say obviously like Cobalt Dragoon, right? Like Cobalt Dragoon, great attack type bay. Easy to get from Hasbro and TT. That's a solid attack type bay. Or if you want something with a bit more power and good life after death, Samurai Saber is also a really solid bay for fun and aggressive. Or if you want to go for something that's a little bit old, but still gives really good barrage attacks, you've got Dran's Dagger. It's a little bit more expensive than Cobalt Dragoon because it comes on a 3-on-3 deck set and a $100 stadium from Hasbro. So yeah, you might want to rethink about that one. This one right here, Shark Scale, very solid, just came out, super fun, super aggressive and competitive. This bay is really, really solid. And also since you've got Impact Drake, you can use the low rush and you've already got a top tier Shark Scale, with Shark Scale obviously coming with 450. This does come on a 3-on-3 deck set, and also it comes in a single booster from Hasbro that should be coming out soon, but that will probably get scalped like heavy. And then you've also got Buster Dran. This is just a staple in the show. Fun, not the most competitive bay, but just a staple bay that's pretty easy to get wherever you're from, in a retail store, in Japan. Very easy bay to get, and a solid Beyblade to say the least. So that's my picks right there. So you got plenty of options right there. It just depends on what you're looking for. It's fun and aggressive. But yeah, let's get back into it. Phoenix Wing, 370 low rush. Talk about I forgot about Phoenix Wing. Phoenix Wing's another solid one as well. You get another string launcher with it, and it's still competitive as well. Not as competitive as Shark Scale, but still a very good blade. Just let me know if I need to like shrink the options there. Let me know. But yeah, I give you plenty of options. It just depends on what you want. But yeah, Phoenix is good as well. I just forgot about him. It's a missed launch. Oh, nice hits. Well, that's not good, man. That's not great. That's another problem. The stealing, there's a lot of stealing going on with Beyblade X at the moment. But you want to make sure you get the blue one for like Rush and obviously the blade. Like that's probably the more valuable one. But either one of those bays you'll be good with, especially Phoenix. I forgot about Phoenix. Phoenix is really good. You get a string launcher with it, and also very heavy blade as well. Okay, next Beyblade, Pegasus Blast. Nice, man. Extreme dash for Solar Eclipse. If people really want to know why I use the Hasbro launchers, I answer this all the time. I'm getting a little sick of it, but if you really want to know, I'll say it one more time. But yeah, I'm just, yeah. Yeah, the Hasbro bays do get stolen. You definitely have to make sure that all the stuff's in the packet. But if you want to know why I use the Hasbro launchers, well, you know, I broke 3 bays in like 2 weeks using the regular launchers, so I'm good off that, to be honest. Spit finish, Pegasus Blast. Alright, 3, tied up. Pegasus Blast with the win. Final Beyblade with this combo, Golem Rock. This combo is not doing too great, to be fair. That's another solid Beyblade there. Meteor Dragoon, I don't know how good it's going to be, that's why I can't recommend it quite yet. But yeah, you get a good ripcord with it, and you should get a pretty good bay. The bay should be good, I just can't recommend that bay because I don't have it, so I don't know how it behaves, you know? To be fair. But it should be a pretty good bay. Yeah, it does have rubber. It looks like, though, it's not going to be spin stealing as its main gimmick. It looks like it's got one big contact of rubber for like one big hit, kind of like Impact Drake with the 4 impact rubber bits, but it's going to have one big massive left spin hit with one of the rubbers, and then the other 2 rubbers are going to be about the same. So it might be off balance, which is not that great, to be fair. So yeah, it might be extremely off balance. But still, it should be good. It should be as bad as with at least Drans Buster, right? It should be at least as good as Drans Buster. If it's not, then it's got a serious problem. But TT should nerf it as well, so you've always got to watch out for that. TT has been nerfing a lot of bays that have been doing pretty, like, that look promising, like Clock Mirage and other stuff like that, like Ghost Circle as well. Alright, what else should we do? Chat with Solar Eclipse. Put it in the live chat because we are failing so far to make this any good. Alright, 770 high needle. Let's see if we can get some good defense with it then. I can see a little bit of potential with this, but it's not doing too great, to be fair. 2-0. Good rod. Well, that's an awesome set to get, man. I'm kind of jealous of that because I do want to slowly start getting some of the BU and DB bays, which I don't have any of. But yes, Burst Spriggan's really solid. Ultimate Valtrak, depending on if it's real or fake, should be pretty good as well. I'm honestly more of a Valtrak fan than a Spriggan fan, to be fair. Yeah, that's fair. And you've got Impact Drake, and Impact Drake has about the same thickness of rubber of Impact Ultimate Valtrak. So yeah, if it doesn't feel like rubber, then it probably isn't. But the Valtrak rubber is very, very like rock solid as well. That's a win, and Wizard Rod taking down Solid Cliffs. Next Beyblade, Golem Rock. Let it rip. Yeah, that's something that I want as well, but I feel like they're kind of limiting them to try to make the game a bit more balanced, which is unfortunate, but it does make sense as well from a PT standpoint. To try to that's an extreme finish, man. Extreme finish priority. 3-2. Stole Eclipse now in the lead. Third round. 3-2 on the rip. 3-2 on the rip. Come on, Soul. We just need one more point, Soul. Come on, man. Damn. All right. Split finish. Golem Rock. 3-3. Come on, Soul. One more point, man. Come on. Golem Rock with the win. Alright, next Beyblade, Pegasus Blast. That's a good start, man. Solid Eclipse. Showing some promise in the first round. Second round. Where do I buy my bays? Well, I buy them from the store, but I do have some TT stuff. And it really depends. I buy it from an Australian-only seller. So it's kind of hard to be like, I can't really like recommend, like it depends where you are, you know? So yeah, it just depends where you are, man. Because if you're not in Australia, I can't recommend the style that doesn't show outside of Australia. Alright, 3 points, 3-2. Pegasus needs 1 more point. That's a spin finish, man. That's a win. The Solar Eclipse. Alright, next one, Phoenix Wing, 370 on low rush. So yeah, it just depends. But I do recommend Zen Market's alright. From what I've seen, that's a missed launch. So yeah, Zen Market, also Bay and Bricks seem to be reliable. From what I've heard, but I don't have any like knowledge of it in terms of like first person stuff. Like I haven't bought anything from there, to be fair. Welcome back, Supersonic fan. 2-0, Phoenix Wing. Yeah, well, Belly Burst did have such a big, like, they got so big at the end that it makes Beyblade X look small, but Beyblade X is small at the moment, but we'll see what happens in the future. But yeah, most generations start off pretty small in size. Like if you look at the first 2 generations of Burst, they were both about the same size as an X-Bay, to be honest. That's Burst, man. Phoenix Wing taking down Solar Eclipse. Alright, we're going to come up with another combo for Solar Eclipse because that did not do it. Alright, let's go with this combo now. I really hate whoa, that's crazy, man. I kind of disagree, to be honest. Solar Eclipse, 450 under needle. Let's try this out. But no, I don't agree with that. I think Season 1 of Beyblade X is pretty good. We can agree to disagree, and I disagree, respectfully. Alright, let's start with Phoenix Wing once again. Nice burst, man. Phoenix Wing with 2 points. Easy win. Phoenix Wing. Yeah, Bird, man, he just can't catch a break, can he? He always loses. Yeah, but he's kind of cool, though. I respect him. Can we try Fox Eclipse 660? Jagged. Well, we have to keep the Soul Chip, which doesn't really affect anything, but we have to keep Soul and Eclipse. So we could try it with 660 on kick with Jaggy. That's not a problem. But yeah, we just can't really use anything in terms of chips and main blade. Next one, Golem Rock. That's fair enough, man. That is fair enough. Solar Eclipse with a nice burst. I feel like it's the end of Pendragon. Yeah, at the moment, if you've seen any of the Japanese stuff, which I'm not going to spoil, they're doing it rough, man. They are doing it rough. Nice burst, 2-2. We're tied up. Alright, let's go with the third round now. Let's go. Alright, third round. Let it rip. Let it rip. Nice. Let's go, man. with the win. And also, we got to celebrate the fact that Soul Brave is a bay now. That's kind of awesome. I like that bay, to be honest. The pink and the white, that is solid. Can you put Drans Brave S360 low flight? We're not doing that quite yet. But yeah, maybe in a couple minutes. Like, not in a couple minutes, but maybe like 30. This is all Soul Eclipse today, man. And that just fell apart. Soul Eclipse just decided, like, it's a Lego set now. It just falls apart when it gets touched. That sucks, man. 3-0, of course. One was, I guess, a spin finish. Yeah, I agree with that. I like the 0G base quite a lot. I have to agree with you on that. And I kind of wish I got some of those, to be fair. It's just so rough detail on those compared to like the regular metal fight bays. Definitely some solid bays. Was a rod, easily taking the win. Always the one problem with season 1 was the riders made Bird lose some of the most easiest matches. The one where number 1 and Bird battle in a shuffle battle fest. Oh yeah, I remember that. But technically they did it out for it. I kind of agree where you're coming from though, and I get where you're coming from. They technically had it out. It was kind of a lackluster out of why he lost. But yeah. Alright, extreme finish. Let's go again. Alright, 2 to 3. Pegasus Blast. Yeah, Bird got done over badly in season 1. I'll agree with that, for sure. Pegasus Blast. 3 to 3. Alright, final round between these two bags. Let's go. The finish, Pegasus Blast, taking down Soul Eclipse. Alright, I guess we got to do this matchup, even though we've lost more than I would like to with Soul Eclipse with this combo. That's a win. Too easy, man, for Cobalt Dragoon. But we actually do have another combo for Soul Eclipse, so let's do it. Alright, Soul Eclipse on Jaggy 660 and Kick. Let's do it. Yeah, they're definitely doing Robin dirty, man, or Bird. I'll agree with that for sure. That's another one you can't really dispute. Like, he should be not losing to, like, AIs and stuff like that, to be fair. But I suppose there might be a big payoff. I kind of get where TT's coming from, but they're kind of dragging it a bit as well. Like, they're dragging him losing, to be fair. Alright, Golem Rock, first opponent. Nice, alright, 3 to 2. upper and smash on 970 kick. For sure, we could definitely do that. For sure, for sure. What assist blade do you want it on, man? Let me know. That's a win. 2-3. We're tied up. That's a win. Solar Eclipse taking out Golem Rock. Solar Eclipse smash. Alright, Wizard is next. To finish with a rod. To finish 2-0. Monty on the arrow. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Alright, 4-0. Monty on the arrow. Wizard Rod with the win. Next Beyblade, Pegasus Blast. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Nice, man. Nice knockout. 2-0. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Let it rip. Nice. Pegasus Blast with the win. Okay, next Beyblade, Phoenix Wing, 370, low rush. I don't know, man. I feel like Beyblade X is just getting started. I feel like it could end though with season 3. That is possible. Pegasus with the win. I kind of hope it doesn't. I feel like it has 5 seasons in it. I feel like Beyblade X has about 5 seasons in it, and that's about it. At least. I think like at least 5, right? I could be wrong though, but it's going decent, right? It's not like, it's definitely not the biggest Beyblade generation for sure. But it's definitely not a bad Beyblade season either. Like, it's not as big as what Burst was around this time, or like Metal Fight was. But you know, it's definitely still got some potential. It hasn't like seen its full potential yet. Let's just say that, right? Can you? Yeah, and the gimmicks are just starting to, you know, get better as well. So that would be nice. Let's just get a couple more years of Beyblade X, and then we'll see what happens. Yeah, but also Burst was like so successful as well, so it made sense why they get so many seasons. But yeah, we'll see what happens with Beyblade X. I feel like it's a little too early to wrap it up though, to be fair. But TT's got to stop putting the anti-hero of every season in random like rare get battles. It is ridiculous. They need to stop doing that stuff, man. Double Dragoon, it's been finished. Double Extreme, okay. Now we're starting to cook. 3-0. Double Dragoon in the lead. And easy win for Cobalt Dragoon. My first bay was around the time when Surge, and relatively late to the season. That's fine. It happens. You know, like obviously not everyone's gonna get it at the start, but yeah. So around Surge. See, that's pretty late to be fair. And what was the first bay that you got, man? Was it like a Brave Valtryek? Or was it something like a Rage Luinor? Because my first Beyblade was a Storm Spryzen from the Burst generation. And then my first one from Metal Fight was a Soul... Which one was it? Soul... like Phoenix, right? Like Phoenix Blaze, right? Something like that. I'm just gonna figure out what this other combo was. It was Mirage Helios. Mirage Helios. Oh yeah, I've kind of seen that one before. I'm pretty sure. That's not a terrible one. Mirage Helios. It's that like one with the blue and red rubber, right? I'm pretty sure. Okay, let's try this out now. So we have got Solar Eclipse in the Smash mode and the blue mode on 9, 17 and kick. Let's give it a go. But then in 2024 it broke. Yeah, that's always going to be a problem with any Beyblade generation is breakage. I would say that like the Metal Fight has the least breakage, but to be fair, in my experiences, like Burst has generally been like less of a problem than any of the other generations for me. X has definitely been the most like prone to breaking generation in my opinion out of all the other generations, because we're into it early, and a lot of my bays are already like kind of, you know, RIP themselves, to be fair. Yeah, the metal drivers didn't make any sense, especially when we had dash drivers that already did the job effectively enough. Yeah. The metal drivers, I don't know. They were not great at all. Luckily, I don't have any of those, to be fair. But yeah, they are great. Okay, 2-0. Wizard Rod. Third round, 3, 2, 1, let's rip. To finish, Wizard Rod, 3-0. Nice knockout. And yeah, Solar Eclipse, 2-3. Next round, 3, 2, 1, let's rip. We're talking like aftermarket Hasbro Metal Fat Bears, yeah, because that makes sense. The TT ones are actually more expensive than the Hasbro ones. It's just the fact that there's so many mid-fakes that have flooded the market that it kind of diluted the value of some of the Metal Fight TT bays. But like 100% real TT sealed, like Diablo Nemesis is not, is definitely more expensive than the Hasbro one. Let's just say that. That's a win for Wizard Rod. Next Beyblade, let's go with, of course, Golem Rock 570 ball. Priority. Solid Eclipse. You can definitely say the plot armor, you know, took it out of Volt Alloy in GT. Definitely, he's one of his lowest points for sure. That's a win. Solid Eclipse taking out Golem Rock. Next Beyblade, Pegasus Blast. 3, 2, 1, let's rip. Spit finish for Solid Eclipse. Okay. Taking out Pegasus, that is very solid, to say the least. Yo, what is up, Don? What is up, man? So awesome to see you in a live stream, man. Welcome back to another live stream, dude. Hopefully you're having a solid day today. Pegasus Blast, 1-1, 3 times rip. 3, 2, 1, rip. Nice, Solid Eclipse taking down Pegasus Blast. That is our second Beyblade with this combo. Imagine Beyblade X having a bound gimmick. Yeah, that would be cool. I don't know how they would do it. They'd have to have like metal with a spring, but there'd have to be a decently strong spring to like bound attack the metal properly. But yeah, we're getting some weird gimmicks as well. Like that Emperor Mike gimmick, I would say is not a gimmick. Where they said like the holes in like near the outer bit of the metal is like to cushion the blows. Like, come on, TT, stop the cap. Stop the cap. That is not a gimmick, man. That's just, I guess you could say more. I understand if you said more downforce, but like that is not a gimmick for cushioning at all. Nice, 2 points. Solid Eclipse. Solid Eclipse might be able to do it with this combo, to be fair. Nice, man. Solid Eclipse. And I took it out too early, but let's be honest here. Phoenix Wing, you got knocked out, man. You have to, you know, tough, it happens. And yeah, let's go with the final match now. Solid Eclipse up against Cobalt Dragoon. These are the combos. I will say though, this Solid Eclipse combo did do really well. And it did take down every other Bay besides one Wizard. But let's be honest here, what Bay can actually take down one Wizard besides like Clock Mirage? 2-0 for Solid Eclipse. Yeah, GT, yeah, I would say it only had a couple of good episodes as well. I could agree with that. For sure. But yeah. Definitely one of the weaker Beyblade seasons as well. And yeah, Cobalt Dragoon easily taking out Solid Eclipse. Alright, let's move on to the next segment, ladies and gentlemen. Basically, just let me know what battles you want to see, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, we do have it. Obviously, it came with the stadium, but we finally have a Cobalt Drake, which is really nice. I have to, you know, show him off. He's awesome, to say the least. He is awesome. So happy that TT finally released him in a decent, like, set, not some limited release, but still, it's like, come on, man. Where's the blue metal coat one? That's a little stingy, TT. And you can say, oh, well, we'll wait for Hasbro. Well, Hasbro hasn't been given the green light to release Arrow Pegasus, Volt, or Cobalt Drake in the anime colors. So that's a bit sad as well. But hopefully they get the green light soon enough and we can actually see Cobalt Drake and what's his name. We did see Feather Phoenix in the upcoming wave that's coming out for Hasbro. So hopefully we can start getting some more bays that are like Core exclusives and Rare Bay Get Battles move over to Hasbro. And that hopefully means that we get a blue cobalt Drake. Now, don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back, alright? I can't hold it any longer, to be fair. We're back, chat. And let's continue, shall we? Let's continue. Like a little bit, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, just let me know what stuff you want to see. And yeah, we shall get into it. Let's go with the good old Cobalt Dragoon Wizard Rod matchup, but let's see what happens in the Infinite Bay Stadium, shall we? Let's see what happens. 3, 2, 1, let's rip. Another rip. 3, Phoenix Swing 360 on point. For sure, let's do that, man. For sure, for sure. Nice spin finish, man, for nobody. That is a dead tie. Let's go again. Both bays giving off some good hits. Give them that. Yeah, that'd be awesome, eh? Like, revive Phoenix type Beyblade X-Bay. That'd be cool. I don't know how they would really pull it off. I suppose just metal on metal, right? Would work off. It's fine. But yeah, that's definitely something Hasbro could do and TT could do for a future Beyblade X release for sure. A Phoenix gimmick, that's definitely a solid idea. And also, what do you want to see Phoenix Wing 360 on point up against? Let me know, chat. Cobalt Dragoon, 2-0. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. That's the win, man. Cobalt Dragoon, 4-0, taking out one Wizard. Let's honestly do Phoenix Wing 360 point up against Golem Rock 570 on ball. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Dagger Dragon. against Phoenix Wing, we could definitely do that. That's a missed launch. Let's try again. That's another missed launch. 2 missed launches in a row means 1 point for Golem Rock. The score is 1-2. 3-2 on the rook. 3-2 on the rook. Last knockout, Phoenix Wing taking out Golem Rock. What's your favorite Beyblade Bey from each generation? There's so many Beys, to be fair, that's hard to even like pinpoint, to say the least. But yeah, Valkyrie is a good one. I'd have to say probably Rage Luinor. He's probably my favorite burst Bey. Metal Fight, probably either Meteor Drago or what's the other one? J Jupiter. I really like J Jupiter. J Jupiter's really cool. And for Plastic Gen, I don't really know too much Plastic Gen stuff, but either Zeus or maybe Dragoon, the MS, the metal one, the Dragoon, the little metal one. Yeah. And then for Beyblade X at the moment, I don't know. I really don't know what it is at the moment. Probably Vice Tiger maybe, to be fair. Vice Tiger? I don't know. But yeah, Vice Tiger is one of my favorites, for sure. No points awarded. Let's go again. Because no contact, no points awarded. Points, Dagger Dran. Let's try again. 3-2 on the rook. 3-2 on the rook. Split finish. Phoenix Wing. 3-2 on the rook. Phoenix Wing, and that is a Phoenix win with a burst. Favorite Beyblade rivalry. Obviously, in Beyblade Burst, yeah, that's a good question, for sure. I'd love to see everyone's answers for what was their favorite rivalry in Beyblade Burst. I'll start it off with, of course, Louis and Free, even though I feel like it was a bit short, it was still very, very cool to say the least. Let's do Wizard Rod, 160 Hexa, up against Phoenix. Volt and Shoe, that's a good one, especially how, what's the name it was? Especially the finale in Season 2, that's definitely a solid pick. Eigen Drum, that's an underrated pick as well. That's another good one. That's another slept-on rivalry for sure. To finish, Wizard Rod with the win. Volt and Louis, another solid one. I feel like the turbo thing was a bit though with them. I think that was their last proper matchup, right, in turbo, where they're actually both still getting properly used, I would say. Spriggan, Impact Drake, Dran Sword, Eldrago, Lucifer, and Rage Longinus. All great picks, to say the least, man. That's all good. They had some solid picks. I feel like Spriggan's a bit you know, I don't know. I like Achilles a bit more than Spriggan. And I like Voltrak a bit more than Spriggan. I don't really, Spriggan's alright, but it's definitely not one of my favorites. It's top 20 for Beyblade Burst, it's definitely not like, oh my goodness, this is like the greatest Bey of all time, to be fair. Cobalt Dragoon up against Phoenix, why not? Three, two, one, go shoot! Alright, 2-0. And yeah, Phoenix wins. Behind by 2 points, man. Cobalt Dragoon with a nice knockout in the first round, resulting into 2 points. But let's see what happens in this round. It should be a spin finish though, because Cobalt Dragoon has that elevate bit. And yeah, yes it is. Alright, next round, 3, 2, 1, let's rock. Yeah, Spriggan Red Cream, that was definitely a Bey everyone was using in competitive for Season 2. Yeah, definitely one of the best and most iconic Beys in the entire Burst generation, and definitely one of the most iconic Beys of all time. The one thing that made me want Daigo back, because sparking. Hello, Big Sun. Yeah, the Hollow Doom Stars, I feel like that was too unbalanced to be any good, but it's definitely had a really, really cool design, to say the least. For sure, for sure. Alright, Cobalt Dragoon, Silver Wolf, 770 Hexa, 960 on Elevate. One point, Cobalt Dragoon, knockout. Rip. Rip. Alright, 2-0. As we head into the second round. Come on, Silver Wolf. Give us a fight, Silver Wolf. Give us a fight, man. Yeah. I don't know. Kind of mixed that, though. Spin finish. Cobalt Dragoon. 3-0. Knockout. 5-0. Cobalt Dragoon with the win. I kind of hope though that they do something a bit different for Chrome instead of just doing the shoe stuff. To be fair, I kind of hope they mix it up. If not, it's not the end of the world, but I'd like something a bit more unique than just copying and pasting shoes arcs. So hopefully they don't do that. Just to make it a little different. Even though the generation is vastly different compared to other generations, but it'd still be nice if they, you know, changed up some of the aspects that Shoe did. Because yeah, there is some similarities, but at the same time, like, I don't really want too much of the same stuff. You know, I want different stuff in Beyblade generations. Obviously, like the same, like Beys that pay homage to other Beys, 100% like those. That's not a problem. But yeah, just certain stuff. Like I don't really want to see a shoe arc for him. To be fair. Take it to Floss. Double Dragoon. Now no longer so time. Yeah, the two, the driver and the, what's it called now? The Beyblade, the layer. That's right, the layer. That definitely was good. And then you have the chassis with the two, basically two parts combined. Yeah, definitely ahead of its time. Also, like, Excalius had this thing where it would kind of predict what would happen in the next generation. They stopped doing that, obviously. But obviously, there was other stuff, right? Like, Surge Excalius had metal. And then the next generation, all Beys had metal. And then, like, Xeno Excalibur had a plastic on its metal. And then all of a sudden, every Bey is compatible with frames with plastic on metal. So, yeah. Oh yeah, that is right. The protagonist from season 1 and 2 Pegasus against Dragoon. That's true. The finish, Cobalt Dragoon takes down Pegasus too easily, man. Way too easy. Cobalt Dragoon with the win. Alright, house side, 760 ball on against Cobalt Dragoon. Let's do it. Spin finish, 1 point. Cobalt Dragoon, 1-0. 3-2 on the roof. Cobalt Dragoon kind of doing like that Ragnarok movement, the Cyclone Ragnarok movement, where it's like going up, stopping a little bit, going up, stopping a little bit. Yeah. So finish, 2-0. Super spacing is staying fully balanced, right? That's perfect. And then also Z a bit. Like I'm assuming you're talking about like the Spurs and Raccoon driver as a bit. That's a very solid pick, man. That's actually a good idea. And that totally makes sense to be a bay like yours, you know, completely versatile, goes defensive, can go on the endurance, can go on the attack, plenty of options. That's a great pick for sure, man. Spin finish, Cobalt taking down Health Scythe. I've seen people battle burst bays with X bays, then they'd be surprised with the burst bay breaks when TT said not to battle them against X. Yeah, that's like a risk that you always got to run with, obviously. And obviously another thing is like you're not really meant to battle them, right? TT did say that. I did see that at the start of the generation. Like Baylor burst is not compatible with Baylor X. People battle them. And if you're going to battle them, you always have to realize that there's a higher risk of breaking your burst bays because obviously plastic against metal, metal normally beats plastic, to say the least. You know, Night Shield needs more love in the anime. Yeah, Night Shield, solid bay as well. I feel like it gets a decent amount of love, right? Or am I wrong? But Multi-Knight Era kind of switches, like she's more of like, she uses more wizard bays than anything else, I would say, right? Like, it's definitely more Wizard Rod and, like, Wizard Arrow than anything else, right? And I haven't seen Season 3, and I'm just on Season 2, so I can't really say anything about, like, Nightmail or Wizard Arc. Alright, next matchup, Cobalt Dragoon, Shark Scale. Let's do it, man. Nice knockout, 2 points for Shark Scale with a knockout. All right, let's enter the second round now. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. And a spin finish, Cobalt Dragoon. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Oh, nice jump. Really great jump right there. Cobalt Dragoon nearly went out of the top of the stadium. Shark Scale with a knockout, taking down Cobalt Dragoon, man. Cobalt Dragoon just took the L to Shark Scale. So I feel like now we've got to do it. We've got to do Shark Scale up against Wizard Rod. In this stadium, we've got to do it. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Yeah, I feel like that's another thing, yeah, for sure. Like, in early stages of the show, he definitely was copying Jackson Cross, and then he copied some other person's technique. Yeah, I could see that. Like, they're trying to say that he's got to be more creative. I can see where you're coming from there. But that's another plot hole for the writers to basically say that's why he's losing. So that makes more sense. Maybe he'll figure out his own style soon enough. But he did get really close to actually doing quite good, and he really did impress a lot of people in the end of season 1. But I'm not going to say anything about that too much. Alright, 2 to 1. Shark Scale getting its first point. 4th round. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. One Wizard with the win and taking down Shark Scale. Has Wizard Rod even lost a match today besides against Cobalt Dragoon? Like, not really. Very solid beta, to say the least. What other matches do you want to see, ladies and gentlemen? Just put them down in the live chat and we can do them. We've got Cobalt Drake now, so we can do some Cobalt Drake matches if you want. And yeah, we'll probably have a video on Cobalt Drake in the next week or 2. But yeah, I have to film that and everything. Yeah, that makes sense as well, right? You want a certain blader to have one bed that they stick with, ride or die. I think they're trying to make it more accurate to like real life, but then again, it's like, come on, it's the anime. We want to see some cool stuff, and we want to see a blader with a signature blade. So that makes sense, and that's 100% understandable. I actually agree with that because there's other stuff, and it gets worse down the road, right? Like, why is Sphinx Cow, the owner of Sphinx Cow, using a blue one with a glide bit? Like, it doesn't make any sense. So I agree with that stuff. Why do they have different or the same bays? I thought they upgraded them. Yeah, I guess they're trying to make every bay like kind of like equal, I guess. It's weird. You have to ask TT why they're keeping the older bays. I guess they have like a selection of bays that they can go through. But let's like, I don't know. It is confusing. Yeah, especially when we've had all these 3 generations beforehand where they upgraded bays and all this other stuff. Yeah, it definitely is confusing. Yeah, CX Dragoon, I don't know when that will come out though. If they're going to make that, I'd predict in the next 2 years they'd make a CX Dragoon. I think maybe next year around this time, or when like Cobalt Dragoon came out, I can see that happening. But right now, I don't think we're any closer to a CX Dragoon, to say the least. They definitely want to minimize left spin bays. At least that's what they're trying to do, to say the least. Now let's just do Solar Eclipse, the blue version stock combo, up against Wonder Wizard, shall we? 160 on Hexa. Video Dragoon comes out on December 26th. Yeah, I think that's right? December 26th, December 27th? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think you're right on that. So everyone will probably have Meteor Dragoon in like 2026, to be fair. That's the next year, babe, really, truthfully, for most people. And then for Hasbro, what, late 2026, maybe 2027? But I highly doubt that Meteor Dragoon won't come out in 2026 for Hasbro as well. I feel like it makes sense for them to release it in the same year. But obviously a couple months apart. Like maybe 4 months apart. Winner, chicken dinner for Wizard Rod. Tanker, yeah, hopefully they do bring it back with a CX bay. That's probably closer than a CX Dragoon, to be fair. Also, there is a listing, obviously, for CX Phoenix, Flare Phoenix, or Phoenix Flare. And I do think that we'll be getting that one around about, like, maybe late February or, like, January. Like, it has to be the next bay after Meteor Dragoon and Mummy Curse, or the bay after that. So I feel like CX Phoenix is right around the corner. We're just waiting for some pictures or some more news on it. But yeah, CX Phoenix is probably the next release after Meteor Dragoon. Just off listings, that's the most likely answer, to be fair. So that's probably our next CX bay. Yeah, Dran's Dagger, 460 Rush up against Wizard Rod. Let's do it. The finish was a Rod, 1-0. 3-2 on the root. That would be cool to see some, resemblance to Chozy Achilles on the CX Samurai. That would be awesome to see. But I feel like that's a bear that we definitely have to get at some point, right? Like a CX Samurai, it makes sense that we would eventually get that. The finish was a Rod. 3-2 on the rook. Easy win. Wizard Rod, but as you saw right there, Dran's Dagger had some awesome matches. Just does not have the stamina to keep up with Wizard Rod at all. But yeah, solid bay to say the least. I really like Dran's Dagger. Just does not have the stamina to keep up against the bay like Wizard Rod. I feel like we could do Samurai Caliber next, right? On 670 on it merge. The finish was a Rod. That merge bit just went out of control there. And yeah, Wizard Rod taking down our Samurai Caliber. Samurai Caliber is really fun, as you saw there, but just not the best for sure. He's bothering me. I hope they get bigger at least. Yeah, Berlinex might get bigger. It just depends though, because by the looks of it, they want to keep everything about the same, like, not weight, but the same size at the moment. But yeah, it shouldn't be a big problem. You'll get used to the weight over time for sure. But yeah, it's just the fact that Beyblade X got so big near the end that people that are just coming back to Beyblade will have to adjust to the size. That's all. You'll get over it. It's not a big deal. For sure. It'll be something that you'll forget about in the next month or two, to say the least. Next Beyblade, Samurai Saber, 270 on level. 3, 2, 1, let rip. Nice. I actually wanted to see that right there. Samurai Saber using this rail to get into this rail to like double boost. That is awesome. Let rip. Let rip. Alright, 2-0. And yeah, 2-2 now. Let's go again. Let rip. Saber trying to do the pushback, but was a rod. Too much stamina. First one, let rip. First one, let rip. Nice knockout, man. Samurai Saber with the win. I feel like they'll definitely do. I don't know if they'll do a dual spin, man. I feel like they're already kind of like backing down from like left spins. Like they've done barely any left spins. It's hard for me to see them doing a dual spin, especially with how skinny they're being on left spins. I don't know, that might be a near like the end of Beyblade X release, to be fair. Alright, let's see what else we can do here. Let's do a Gale up against Wizard. Why not? A Gale is like another day that just does not get any like credit. And with Hover being better than it, that kind of sucks. Because then it just makes this bay a little bit more memorable, but not for like a good reason. Clearly. Yeah, it definitely is a money addiction for sure, man. Like, some of the stuff as well. Like, they're cheeky with the random selects, man. That should not be a thing. Random select should not be a thing at all. 1 point. Wizard Rod. Spin finish. 2-0 for Wand Wizard. Third round. A rip. That 3-0 was a rod. Rip. That 3-0. One wizard in the lead, man. One wizard needs one more point to take out Wyvern Gale, and let's be honest here, it's only a matter of time, to say the least. Spin finish and the win to Wizard Rod. Honestly, this gives the Sphinx Cow, some love as well. To finish, 1-0, 1 to Wizard Son. Second round, 3-2 on that rook. That rook. Oh, Sphinx Cow goes down once again. Alright, third round, 3-2 on the rook. 3-2 on the rook. I thought Sphinx Cow was going to use the rail there. CX base. Take the tilt. Yeah, tilt, man. They're very top heavy. So obviously they're going to tilt, man. And that sucks. It happens though. That's just kind of what they are at the moment. They're just top heavy. 3-0. Wizard Rod. Spin finish. Wizard Rod taking out our almighty Sphinx Cow. Next Beyblade, Vice Tiger, 360 on Unite. To finish, 1-0 for, of course, Montana Era getting a spin finish. Miss launch, let's try again. Gonna go later. Okay, see you, Supersonic fan. Hopefully enjoy the rest of your day, man. To finish, 3-0 now. And Wizard Rod needs one more point to take down Vice Tiger. Spin finish. Wizard Rod taken down. Vice Tiger. Alright. Phoenix Rodder is next. Spin finish with the rod. 3-2 on the rook. The finish was the rod. Alright, third round, 3, 2, 1, rip. Alright, Rodo, come on. Rodo with some nice hits. But yeah, Wizard Rod is going to take him. Stamina King for a reason. Spit finish, 3 to 0. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Nice win. 4, 1, Wizard. Alright, Rodder, you're out of there. Final matchup, Cobalt Drake up against Wizard Rod. One point, Wizard Rod. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Okay, second round, not really doing any better, to say the least, for Cobalt Drake. And yeah, that's 2 points for Wizard Rod. Let it rip. Come on, Drake. For finish, 3 to 0. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Nice extreme dashes from Drake, but man, I don't know if that's enough. I feel like Wizard Rod just has got the stamina, man. Top tier for a reason. And oh, that's actually a tie. That is a tie. We've got one more match in Cobalt Drake. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Nice, extreme dash. The winner, Cobalt Drake, man. 3 to 3. It comes down to this matchup. I can't believe Cobalt Drake has got this close to defeating Wizard Rod. And there's the reality right there, sinking in as Wizard Rod takes the win, ladies and gentlemen. I would say that Solar Eclipse is definitely not overall a competitive blade, though. It definitely has some weaknesses, and it's definitely not top tier. But we did the best we had, and we worked with the best we had to try to make it somewhat relevant. And as you saw, we did kind of get a couple of good matches, and we actually got a pretty decent combo. But overall, Solar Eclipse is probably a no-go for competitive play, ladies and gentlemen. But don't go anywhere. We're just going to go to break, and then we'll have an awesome food review. We're back, chat. Back. 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 Ooh, we're back. Ooh, we're back. But in all seriousness, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. And this time around, I was gonna stand up straight, but it's like my head's cut out, so I'm just gonna have to hunch back, I guess. No, we'll see. We'll see. There we go. Alright, we've got the oak peppermint crisp right here. This should be solid to say the least. Yeah, it's alright. It's alright. It's alright to say the least. And yeah, it looks really nice. It should taste good. Let's give it a shake. And then yeah, then we'll try it out. Let's give it a go, shall we? Let's give it a go. Okay, open this up. Obviously, from this, you just that's one like that. You open the other side, and then you should be able to open up the other side as well. Even though this is a little unconventional, we should. Yep. Don't do what I just did, chat. Don't do that. Okay. I could not open a thing with, you know. Right, let's see if we can pour it in without making a big mess. We can. Nice. Let's hold it up a little bit so you can see the color. Nice. Keep on pouring. Yeah, that's fun. Alright. There we go. Peppermint crisp. Oak for the Okie boys. Let's go. Let's try it out. 3, 2, 1. Cheers. That's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. Now, is it the greatest oak of all time? Absolutely not. The gay time or the splice is a bit better. And obviously just the ordinary chocolate milk is a bit better. But this is still good. It's chocolate with a hint of kick. It's pretty good overall. I have to rate this like a solid 7.5 out of 10. Very, very solid to say the least. Thank you so much. Everyone coming into the chat. Everyone watching. You guys keep the live streams going. Shout out to Unknown, Lab, The Hollow, Ellison, Mr. Wash E. We have got K Bizzle, you know, K Bizzle. Definitely a cool name for sure. We've also got the official Volcanion and Law right there. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. See you in the next one. Have a nice day. Cheers.